Coming up on Loose Women, Just Between Us.
In this current life, I think I could convert you.
Absolutely not in a million years.
Were you smoking age 11?
No. Well, that's not true.
So then I had to go downstairs, get the vape out my clutch bag and vape in the downstairs loo in the house.
That's all after this.
Loose Women, Just Between Us is sponsored by Mecca Bingo.
And of course, it's about getting together, whether that's in your legendary bingo halls or online.
In Mecca's chat rooms, players have their own lingo. I'm going to test you. First one, WD.
Well done.
Correct. Next, GL.
Good legs. No, only joking. GL. Good luck.
Yes. And finally, 1TG.
One to go.
You are on a roll. Discover even more at meccabingo.com. You don't even need a dabber.
And it's not just about bingo. There are other games like Slingo, Slot, and even Loose Women Bingo.
Players must be 18 or over. Terms and conditions apply. See meccabingo.com for details.
Hi, this is Loose Women Just Between Us with me, Denise Welch.
And me, Katie Piper.
And this is our space to really open up and dish the dirt. This is our little confessions closet because it's just you and me. It's just between us.
Yeah, that's right. Every week, two of your favourite loose women are going to be here in these hot seats, dishing out all the dirt, while also helping you solve your deepest, darkest dilemmas and any secrets that have been creating a knot in your stomach. You can trust us and the rest of the audience with those anonymous confessions.
Exactly, because after all, it is just between us. And if you've got a confession, if you've got a problem, if you've got a dilemma, then you can send it to loose.women@itv.com. And remember, we're not therapists. We probably need therapists. So we are just here, not as life coaches, just to give you a little bit of our life experience. And if you want to take something away from that, absolutely fine. And if you don't, don't bother.
This is Loose Women, looser than ever.
Now, I just need to start with it. Is it just me? Little rant, Katie,
Go on.
Okay? Because I had to yesterday get an outfit for something that I was going to, and it had to be a specific colour for a charity, and the colours was very important to the
That's
charity.
always so hard because then you realise there's nothing in that colour. Seasonal.
That was absolutely it.
Yeah.
But my main rant is I know I'm 110 and I know I've been around a long time, but service to me in shops, in restaurants, in coffee bars, wherever you go, it wasn't something that I ever remember questioning or my parents questioning.
Well, it was just always there.
It was just there.
Yeah.
And now on the, I would say, quite odd occasion that you get good service, you're quite blown away by it. And I know we're moving more into, technical things. I'm not going down that route.
So this
That's
isn't
another
anti-robot. This isn't anti-self-service.
Well, I have that as well, but this is
because I love a robot,
and not even self-service. But I was in a well-known women's clothing store last night, and there was a queue, pretty much nearly outside into the mall, into the shopping centre.
painful.
But I was on a mission that I had to get something, okay?
So why didn't you just do next day delivery online?
In this wilderness, because I was meant to get back to Hertford and I couldn't get there.
All right.
So that's why I was suddenly with nothing. Well, actually, I did order a dress off Amazon.
I love an Amazon dress.
I know. Well, I've done it before, but
It can be misleading picture-wise.
It was very, very misleading with a matching pair of elastic pants. It was wrong, totally wrong. Anyway, I needed to get this in the queue. Now, there were probably 12 stations at this store, 12, and there were 2 being operated on at the pace of a sloth and a snail working on it.
Blood boiling.
Sloth and snail working. And 2 of the colleagues having a little chat, okay? And one other colleague getting coat hangers together. Now, these are important things to do,
Yeah.
but not when there are 9,000 people in the queue.
Do you call it out, or are you, because you're famous, have to be friendly and nice through gritted teeth and like, hello?
Well, I do the really, really naff thing of waiting till the person in front of me turns around and going, go. Like that, and seeing their reaction, then the people behind me going, oh.
So you're a passive-aggressive
yes,
queen.
I'm a passive-aggressive shopper.
Yeah.
And when I did eventually get to the person,
Yeah.
I do it as if I'm on their side.
Oh,
So I
do you throw
say-
someone else under the bus and say she wasn't happy behind me?
Well, not quite, but I get to the girl and I go, oh, blimey, do they leave you here just with the two of you? Where's the other people? And they've obviously been told that on pain of death, can they slag the company off?
Yeah.
So she went,
I like your psychology. You're reversing it.
Well, I said, just those two are just having a chat. And she went, yeah, well, they're on the break. I said, I know, but, to me, it's just frustrating when you're in a...
Yeah.
That's $7.99.
She doesn't care.
She just, she didn't care.
But when I worked at Tesco, we were under strict instructions. If you work on shop floor, you're not allowed to get on the tills. If you work in the veg, you can't go to the fish. Like, it's very, titles can't be broken.
Oh, my God. It's getting absolutely ridiculous, though.
It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. And that's what we're here to do today, aren't we?
Well, we are.
Solve the
I'd like
dilemmas.
to be just to be here and rant, to be personal. But anyway, we're very happy to listen to your dilemmas. What is the first dilemma?
Well, we've got a bit of a religious dilemma.
Oh.
Someone called Susanna has messaged in with that one, so I'll put my dog collar on for that.
Absolutely. And then we have got one from Sharon,
Right.
who is very worried about her child. I think it's, about her daughter has got into a gang and she's vaping.
Oh, she's not stealing her mum's vapes.
No, she's not stealing. Well, she hasn't said that.
Okay, all right. We'll put the world to rights.
So we'll be right back with Susanna and Sharon's dilemmas after we take a little break. Welcome back to Loose Women Just Between Us, and now we will get straight on with our first dilemma, which is from Susanna. Here we go. God, they're so dirty. Right. Dear Loose Women Just Between Us, me and my husband see eye to eye on most things, apart from when it comes to religion. I've grown up with a strong faith and want to raise my children with a belief in God too. My husband, on the other hand, is a committed atheist.
This is quite a big thing.
It is a big thing. It's always been a bone of contention. Even when we were planning our wedding, I dreamed of getting married Church of England, whereas my husband felt it would be against his principles to have a religious ceremony. Eventually, we compromised, got married in the family church, vicar in full knowledge that the groom wasn't a believer, but in the hope that I would convert him and any children at some point. I recently lost my dad, Susanna, my kid's granddad, which has prompted lots of anxious questions from them about what happens when you die. I want to give my children hope about life after death and comfort that they will see their granddad again. But my husband is determined not to talk about heaven. In his eyes, he doesn't want to lie to them and give them false hope. What do you think?
Oh, bless her. She just wants to reassure her kids. You know, she wants to give it a nice ending. Put them to bed first, whisper in their ear, tell them all about heaven, and just say, don't tell your dad.
She's only teasing you, Susanna.
It's a big thing, though, isn't it? Like, I just think before I started planning a family with that guy, I think I would have checked that, because if you really clash heads over something that's such a deep-seated belief, like, I think that isn't a minor thing.
It isn't a minor thing. The trouble is, if you're madly in love with that person, and it's a bit like
love knows no religion.
Well, no,
no boundary.
and the same as people who say, "Oh, well, I know that he said he didn't want children, but I thought he'd come round." You know, you always think you can talk them round. I mean, here in our little confessions booth, you've got me, who is I would say a committed atheist.
Oh, committed. You emphasised that. Why are you committed?
I suppose I say it, well, partly because Susanna describes her husband as that, in that I don't think this lady is for turning. So I'm not, I think I probably used to be agnostic a bit.
Right.
And just the more because I'm very fascinated.
You believe in there's something, but you're not putting a label on it.
Or you're just not sure.
Yeah.
You just...
There's no depth.
You don't know. And I think a lot of people prefer to say they're agnostic because they're too scared to say that they're not.
Because atheist is quite definite, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is for me. but it is for my husband too. But I know that you found religion. I mean, do we still say born again Christian? Is that what you'd say you are?
I don't think I would be welcome in that sector because
What does that mean? Why would you not?
Well, because I'm not like practicing going to church every week. I'm not christened, but I class myself 100% Christian with a deep belief in the Bible and God. But it's interesting actually what Susanna's written in with, because I'm not christened. I haven't christened the kids.
And I am, and they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it
Well,
a big...
I was baptised Catholic because my mum was from an Irish Catholic family and my dad was from a, I suppose, you know, people used to go Church of England family, which are people who kind of believe but don't really, not all Church of England people, but my dad's family, I would say they were believers.
And it's morals.
But they didn't bring
Church of England is like they're your morals and
they're
ethics.
your morals.
Like,
And so I was never brought up in the Catholic Church.
Are your kids christened then?
They are. And I feel a bit, and I was married in a church twice.
Christened for the party or christened for the belief then? Well,
Christened because I think hypocritically, I didn't think it through. I got married in a church because, my kid's dad wanted to get married in the church where his parents had got married and they died.
oh, it's tradition
So
then.
he
Yeah.
wanted that, and I had been married before, so I was very happy to do whatever he wanted. And I think we got the kids christened, even though I say that there is 12 years between them. So I did have thinking time, but they are both christened, I think, because I thought you get married, you have kids and get them christened.
It is a formality. It is,
And I
isn't
wasn't
it?
as committed.
Yeah.
But this dilemma, what do you really think should happen?
Well, with my own kids, I tell them what I believe in and what that's done for me, and I display all of that to them, and I say the rest is up to you. So if they want to get christened when they can sort of assert that themselves and come to it, maybe in their 16 or whatever, they're welcome to. But I definitely wouldn't push it on to them because I think you have to find it yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't think she should push it on to her children.
I think what I would say.
Well, you could say what's comforting
as
you,
an
can't you?
atheist that maybe her husband might share, although possibly not. I have no problem with easing death, the explanation of death to children. And I think trying to explain that, she doesn't exactly say how young they are, but I would be very happy to say Nana or Grandpa has gone to heaven.
Yeah, just like when the dog dies and you say they've gone to a farm.
Yeah, I think, oh, yes.
Do you remember that? Gone to a farm,
Yeah.
running acres of land.
Oh, God,
That's
yes,
alive.
the dog thing.
That's the same
That's
analogy.
so true.
What do you believe then? What do you think happens when you die?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Well, like when we're born, when we don't remember anything before we're born, and I hope that we don't remember anything after we die. You see, some people get comfort in an afterlife.
Do you not believe in a soul?
Fear
Do you
in
think
an
you
afterlife.
Are you no soul? You haven't. Do you not feel energy?
I think I have. Right. So this is me. I think that I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
I hope you agree.
Oh, absolutely.
There's many people on Twitter won't, but I think I know in my bones.
I can vouch for you. You're a good person.
I'm a nice person.
Don't want to be nice. You want to be good.
I'm
You're
a good person. I care about people, and
Yeah.
I don't like hurting people.
Yeah.
But that is not because I'm frightened of what might happen when I get to heaven. Whereas someone once said to me, "Well, why are you so nice when you don't believe in God?" Meaning I'm actually that person, but I'm being nice because...
See, so it's not even authentic for that person because
No.
they're just trying to not go to hell.
And I am around some people sometimes who are the most religious people, who are the most horrible people. And
Yeah.
bearing in mind, I went to a Catholic school for 2 years as well,
Yeah.
because mum and dad got a half-price deal on it. And
Lots of people pray rather than pay. That's what they do
some
for school.
of the people and a couple of the nuns at that place were absolutely horrific. And I thought, how can you be the person... How can you be this person
So you
when
think
you
they're
have
not
given
going
your
to
life
heaven
to
then?
God? Well, I don't. That's when I kind of thought, do you know something? I don't believe in it at all.
I think I could get you on the guest list for heaven. I could get you there.
Can I just say this as well? Bearing in mind, we are here now,
Yeah.
okay? I know creationists think there was no dinosaurs, no Neanderthals, no evolution, but many Christians believe there was. So we've got going back zillions of years. There's no room. There's no room. There are now 9 billion people on Earth. Where do you all go? It's not like you go there and there's a Sainsbury's and a Waitrose and you go and do your shopping. Where do you all go? Where do the murderers go? Where do these people go? I I'm so terrified of the thought of an afterlife because the thought of going and being somewhere for eternity. And what if you don't like it?
That it could be. I mean, look, stick with me in the afterlife. I'll get you on the guest list. In fact, in this current life, I think I could convert you.
Absolutely not in a million years.
If you gave me 12 months of your life, I think I could convert you in a year.
But why would I want to be converted?
Well, because it's sort of like, not closure, but it's like a reassurance. It's a very calming feeling that none of this is up to you. You're not in control of any of it.
But I don't feel like I am.
So where does this leave Susanna? Because I'm sort of thinking she should just say, this works for me, it comforts me.
I think her husband should say, you can definitely say that they've gone to a better place, or if you want to call it heaven, and you will see them, will I see them again? I don't know whether kids would answer that. Kids will only ask what you kind of let them know.
Yeah.
But that they've gone to a nice place and they're being looked after. And
I think I'd focus on the death more. I would say, if it was a disease or some kind of sickness, I would say they're pain-free now. They're not suffering anymore. Yeah. I'd maybe focus on something
and
like
I think
that.
Christian morals are brilliant. I think Sunday school, even if you're not going to bring your child up religiously, being a good person and looking after
I can't do
people.
a Sunday. I've already got a school run Monday to Friday.
No, you can't get up. You see, you're not that religious.
No,
Anyway,
I just use an app. I've got an app.
Okay. What, a God app?
Yeah, I'll WhatsApp you. Honestly, you'll love it. It's free. It's really good.
Welcome to Katie and Denise, the Godcast.
I can feel it. Okay. Well, we've really solved that one, haven't we?
I bet Susanna's glad she wrote in.
Right, okay.
Interesting, though. I love talking about religion, even though I'm not religious.
Well, listen, don't forget, we're always on the lookout for new dilemmas. And maybe something really struck a chord with you there, that lovely chat about heaven, hell, death, the farm, and everything else in between. So if it did, drop us an email with your dilemma, loose.woman@itv.com, and we will do our best to solve it.
And we will be back with our next dilemma, but you can't wait, after this break. Welcome back to Loose Women Just Between Us. And Katie, what is our next dilemma?
So this dilemma has come in from Shaz, and she says, "Hi, loose women, just between us. My child is in year 7. Oh, so is mine. And
Now, what year is year 7?
So that's first year of secondary school.
First year seniors.
So my daughter's 11. So about 11 or 12.
Okay.
And almost all of her friends are either already vaping or trying it for the first time. Recently, she was walking home with a friend who stopped at a shop and bought one, which is so shocking because they were in their school uniforms. Now, my daughter has said she doesn't want to do it, but I am so worried about helping her stay true to herself, and I don't know what to do. Should I ban her from hanging out with these friends that are vaping, or do I just have to accept that she might try it and make mistakes?
Well, I mean...
Were you smoking age 11?
No. Well, that's not true.
It was age 9.
Yeah. No, I did start age 11 and I gave up at 12.
Oh, good.
And
Good for
resumed
you.
at 15.
Right, okay.
And I remember the day my mum and dad found my number 6.
Right. What's that?
Number 6 cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
In between the blankets in the airing cupboard. So we used to go to a place called the Wine Bin. Right?
Nice.
And you were allowed to take a note which said, from your mum, which said, "Can you get me 20 Players cigarettes?"
For the adult?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But that is genuinely what I used to go for.
Yeah.
But then I would say, and she wants some number 6 as well. And the little lady would just give me
But
them.
I think if your parent smokes, then they lose license to tell you not to smoke, surely.
Well, not when you're 11. I think, I mean, I was 11.
But you're
and what
their role model, aren't
My
you?
friend and I had, only my mum, not my dad, my friend and I had, those, oh God, those cups that you would, whereas our sort of pads in bras now are kind of in there.
Yeah.
But the ones that you used to buy separately,
Like
the cup,
inserts.
and they were quite pointy.
Yeah.
So I'd nicked a cuppa from my mum. And me and my friend Catherine were 11, who thought we were like 32. And we'd have a number 6 or a consulate, and we'd have our coat. We'd have one pad each in our coat over the flat chest and one boob, walking down the street looking ridiculous.
Well, then it's fine then if you did that. This is fine.
But I I didn't enjoy it at that age. I was stupidly started
You're
again
just
when I was
showing off,
16.
aren't you? It's an image
course
thing.
you are.
And this is the thing with the vapes, because it is an image thing. The vapes are all bright colours, they're pretty,
But
they're
fruity.
eye-catching.
You know,
they're
China
fruity.
have banned fruity tasting vapes in their own country, but still selling them here.
It's weird though. You walk behind somebody and suddenly you start smelling like black
Apple
cherry.
and peaches and things that makes them very attractive to
It's
young
like a
people.
toilet, like a potpourri.
And this girl may be too scared to say that she doesn't want to try. And let's hope that she doesn't give in to peer pressure.
So what about what Shaz says as well? It's not just the vaping. It's should she break up her friendship group? Should she stop her seeing?
I don't think
Because it's such formative years, isn't it? Like you find your people, you find your girl gang. If she breaks her up from that gang, is that the right thing? Like, are we supposed to guide our children in the right direction?
I think if this group were nicking vapes or, running in and shoplifting and coming back and telling,
behind the counter.
Well, but hypothetically, if they were stealing or if
Yeah.
they were being mean to older people or if they were doing things like that, then my kids would have been grounded. If they were actually breaking the law or being horrible to people, which they never have been, as far as I'm aware. But I think with the vaping thing, she's not vaping yet, so give her the benefit of the doubt.
True, that's a good point.
Tell her the issues with it. She seems like she has a good open communication with her daughter. But Sharon, Shaz, kids are going to make mistakes, and that is part of getting to where we get
And you
to.
can
And adults
glamorise
make
it.
mistakes.
Well, it's true. We all do. None of us are perfect. And I think you can glamorize it. If you say, I don't want you hanging out with this friend, I don't want you smoking, you think, oh, that sounds exciting. Then why don't you want me to do it? I want to do it. Because that's the sort of child I was. I was smoking by year 8, which was like age 13, 14. I think if it was my kids, it's a difficult one. I just think, like me as an adult, I value health so much. Thinking of my children vaping horrifies me because I don't want them to damage their
How old are your
body.
girls now?
11 and 7. So my girl, my 11-year-old, she is in year 7, same as Shaz's daughter. I think what I would do, rather than try and tell them the stuff I'm scared of, like cancer and all these diseases.
You don't think you're going to die when you die.
You don't care. When you're young, disease...
You just want to look cool.
Yeah. And disease, disability and sickness feel like something you see on the news, not something that would happen to you. I would tell her the stuff I know she'd care about. She wants to be a singer, right? She's got a great voice. I'd be like, this is going to destroy it.
Absolutely.
I'd say what it will do to your skin, your eyes, your nails. I would go for the stuff that is more present in their mind.
Yes, the aesthetic dangers and the ones that are going to affect her future career. That's a good idea. And it really doesn't look cool, but you think it does.
I'd never steer my kids' social circle because I just think you're going to be friends with who you're going to be friends with, and all you do.
They're just going to go underground with it.
They stop talking to you, right? So then you alienate yourself. You're not the confidant. You're not someone they can come to, and they see you as someone that shuts them down.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's why my mum, so many of my friends from that age used to come to my house because my mum would have an open dialogue about it. But it wasn't that she didn't or I didn't have boundaries. I did, but my mum was realistic enough to know that there are certain things,
that's going to happen.
It was like sleepovers.
Yeah.
There were some of my friends whose parents would not let them have a sleepover.
Yeah.
And my mum used to think that was just ridiculous. Okay, I don't know what she's going to get up to, but I've spoken to the parents. I've done what I can.
Yeah.
And it was just such a shame that they didn't get to experience that.
Have you actually vaped? Have you tried it?
Well, funnily enough, I did a really lovely acting job recently, and I had to vape.
Oh, no way.
There's some things.
But you're
there's some
ex-smoker,
things
aren't
when
you?
I'm There's some things when I'm in theatre and stuff, and if it's a choice, I'll say I'd rather not smoke or vape. But with this, you'll see when it comes out, it was very integral to the plot to vape, and I was concerned about it. But they gave me a fruit vape with no catch in it.
What flavour did you pick?
I can't remember. I didn't pick it. I think it was it was just fruity, and it wasn't unpleasant, but it didn't it didn't have the catch at the back of the
furry tongue.
I didn't like the thing of it afterwards. Also, there used to be something romantic about cigarettes and opening the packet. And on the television, it was all, before we knew the dangers of it, it was glamorous. Yeah. But these plastic things, they look like do you remember a kazoo?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I tried one, right? I went to this event. It was Silverstone. It was the racing. I think it's Grand Prix. And we were in a box that was sponsored by a vape brand. So they were giving them all out. And I used to smoke years ago. So I thought, oh, let me just try one. And I was smoking it at the event because you can go anywhere and do it wherever you want. And woke up the next day and I was like, where's that vape? I want that vape.
Oh my God.
Straight
away.
And Richie hates it, honestly. It was one of his conditions when he first started dating me was that I quit smoking. So actually I quit.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. So then I had to go downstairs, get the vape out my clutch bag and vape in the downstairs loo in the house. And then after about a week of using it, I got a pain in the back of my neck. And I couldn't tell Richie because he didn't know about it.
Are you listening?
Yeah, and a bit of a hairy tongue.
Shaz's daughter's friends.
I mean, I don't actually know if that neck pain was anything to do with vaping.
Well, it could have been wild sex.
Sadly not. But I will say, if you are experiencing any kind of symptoms or have any worries, please do always go to your GP and seek their advice.
Absolutely. We're not experts. We're just giving you our own experiences.
We're only experts if we're talking to our kids.
Exactly. Just, do as we say, not as we did.
I like that. That's a good one.
Right then. Now, at the end of every podcast, we wrap up with what we call Loose Women's Loose Ends, where we take you into the confessions closet. Sometimes it might be one of our confessions. We don't have long enough for Katie's. But today, this is an anonymous confession. So I'm going to read this out now.
Ooh,
okay.
Juicy.
A couple of years ago, my partner and I hosted a birthday dinner for my best friend. I haven't read this before, actually, so I'm curious. She'd requested a pasta dish that my partner had made before, and we gamely took to the kitchen to make her birthday wishes come true. On the home straight, about to serve, we drained the pasta. My partner tipped it into the colander that I was holding above the sink. Being a bigger portion than usual, it was quite heavy, and I somehow managed to let the colander tip, with all the spaghetti dropping into the soapy water for washing up I'd left in the sink. With everything else ready, I didn't know what to do, so we just redrained it, added the sauce, and hoped for the best. I didn't tell anyone there was added soap, and she said it was as delicious as she remembered. Would you tell?
No, I wouldn't, because you just wash it in water, it's fine. But it's so funny because this literally happened to me just last night. Richie was serving all the dinner up, and it was like we'd been out taking the kids to like their singing lessons, so we just got a microwave meal. I got chicken tikka masala, and he was serving all mine up. I came in, I saw the empty tikka masala packet on the side with a spoon in it where he dished mine up. It was the dog spoon. Oh! It had like the paw on the handle, the only spoon we used to feed the dog and the dog meat.
Had it come out of the clean drawer from the dog bowl?
Well, I said to him, I was like, you've served my dinner with the dog spoon. And he got in, it was clean. I was like, I don't see you serving your dinner with the dog food. I said, this is a sign we've been married too long and you don't care about me. I could have been like...
Sorry, Richie. That is not good enough.
It's not cool, is it?
It's not cool. That is very funny, though, because I'm afraid I'm a great believer in the 5-second rule as well.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, honestly.
I've dropped loads of steaks and bits of chicken and, not when friends have come round, obviously, just between me and Lincoln. But, oh, no, I think that's absolutely fine. That's actually quite a sweet confession.
Even when I serve up the potatoes, like the roast potatoes, if I like people more than others, I give them the crispier ones.
Do you?
Yeah, I favour people, yeah.
So now when you go to Katie's for dinner and you get a really soggy, squidgy potato, she can't stand
Don't like you, yeah. No, I'm dreadful. Waste not, want not. Say I smash really expensive makeup on the floor, I scoop it all back up and put it in the compact.
To be honest, I dropped a makeup palette on the floor of my hotel this morning and I've tried to wipe it up, but it actually looked like I'd had a much more serious accident in the toilet. Anyway, to the cleaners, I apologise. And with that... I think that wraps up yet another podcast.
Like, we've really solved a lot of dilemmas.
Haven't we?
We have.
We're amazing, aren't we?
Why don't we become life coaches?
Why don't we?
Watch
this space. Katie Piper, Denise Welch, Loose Women, just between us. Until next time.